I'm going to show you how your dyslexic child may be seeing letters and words, why they get the same word wrong over and over again, and how to fix it. Many of you are aware that dyslexics struggle to visually process D and B. If you look at these, they are exactly inverse of each other. They are the exact same shape, but P and Q is also added to that list. D, B, P, and Q made me cry when I was in 3rd grade. I stayed back in 3rd grade because I couldn't read, and these 4 gave me fits because they said, as one of my children summed it up, they all have a stick and a ball. Stick and a ball, stick and a ball. It's the exact same shape, exactly, except it's inverted, right? So they all look similar. That's why dad becomes bad and baby becomes daby. Or they'll literally say, is that a D or a B? They can't tell. Then M and W. If you look at M and W, they look different. No, they don't. Why? Because they're inverse of each other. Therefore, they can flip and invert them. T and J. These are very different, Keith. Well, a lot of fonts have this curve at the bottom of the T for reasons I do not know. The children see the curve and their brain goes J. They flip these. H and N. These are identical letters except this goes up more. So they'll look at an H and see an N, or look at an N and see an H. V, U, and N. I think you guys are starting to pick up on the pattern here. The same basic shape, and if you rotate this U, it becomes an N. This is my short crash course. There's a lot more to it, but I want you to understand how to solve it. So we're going to just be minimal in our coverage today. Was becomes saw. Well, Keith, they're very different. No, they're not. Because that W is difficult. They go into the A, they see the S, they flip it, they put it up front, right? They invert and flip. Some of you are like, my child's in 3rd grade and he can't read on, and no, he doesn't know the difference. That's because they are identical, because they're not visually processing the word properly. Who and how, I think you guys know what will happen here, right? It all gets flipped around. It's the same letters. These look, okay, I've been reading for decades, and when I glance at them, they look identical to me now. Now, this is really important and what we're going to address here. I call this the 2-letter guess with shapes. So a lot of your children will go 2 letters in and guess, and truck will become track. Well, they're very different words, Keith. No, they're not. Because a lot of your children go by shape, so they get challenged, and instead of visually processing, they might get the first 2 letters. Then they look at the shape. If you look carefully, this is the exact same shape. 2 short letters, we'll call them, and then the K. Now look at the shape. It's an identical shape. They went off memorization of shape. They do this a lot. Okay, SN, sneak, snake. This is just an example. They do this with, they become each other, right? They get that first 2 letters, right? Well, wait a minute, Keith. They're not shaped the same. Yeah, but there's that K dominating the end, right? So they spot the K, and sneak becomes snake, or snake becomes sneak. I'm going to show you how to fix this. Your child is having difficulty visually processing the letters in the words and the words themselves. He can see the word, he just can't process it. I'm going to teach you to use tracing and touching syllables to change all that and teach his brain to process words. Let's watch it in action. This is Nick. He's been using the program, and he's progressed from 3 and 4 letter words, and he's closing in on the 5th grade level. He's basically jumped 3 grade levels using the program. Let's watch him use tracing and touching with his mother's guidance.
Hear bats flying insects.
Insects. Good.
Insects.
Close. Let's go ahead and trace it nice and slow.
Insects. Insects, insects, insects.
Good.
This is what I call an inline correction. How to correct while the child's reading. I'm going to show you 2 more ways to use this, so stick with the videos. Now, what you saw was the classic 2-letter guess. He went 2 letters in, and kind of gave a shot to the rest of the word, right? Instead of just telling him the correct word, insects, right? Mom had him trace physical contact. He's literally touching the paper. That's important. I don't have the time to go into why it is. But he's touching and tracing phonetically the word and then touching the syllables. It is so much more powerful to do it this way than simply yelling the word. It's insects. That did nothing. It's insects, Joey. Joey doesn't know why it's insects. He heard you say it. He'll say it. He doesn't know why. But if you have them trace as they're making contact and then touch syllables, you're teaching the brain that these little squiggly lines that they dislike so much make sounds. This works. Let's watch it on another word.
Dripping down from the suffix.
Surface.
Surface. Surface, surface, surface.
Good.
Surface.
The word is surface. The child said suffix. But that makes sense now that you understand how dyslexics see words. He looked at the beginning, didn't put together the rest of the information, and guessed, right? But we're correcting that. It's working so well. He's gone from reading at the first grade level, and he's coming up on the fourth grade level. He's going to be at fifth grade real soon. Listen to me. The tracing has been a big part of the journey. Tracing changed it. Tracing makes them see what the word is. Mom had him trace and touch, trace and touch. If Mom had simply said the word surface, it wouldn't have changed. The next time he saw surface, it still would have been suffix. But by tracing and touching, you can change things rapidly for your child. So that's in text. A lot of you have vocab cards and flashcards lying around and you've abandoned them because they haven't worked. Because if you're showing them to your child and your child got the word wrong, you would tell them the right word and keep going, which doesn't work. Now you're going to have them trace and touch.
Grund.
Close. It's grudge. Because there's no N in it. Grudge. Go ahead and trace it for me, please. Now touch. One syllable.
Grudge, grudge, grudge.
The word is grudge. He said grund. But now that you know that dyslexics struggle to visually process, that you flipped and became an N. But that's okay, because Mom is fixing that with tracing and touching, making the letters become what they're supposed to be, connecting to the sounds they're supposed to make. It's amazing. Dig those flashcards out that you got lying around the house and try it again. But this time, use tracing and touching when the children make mistakes to straighten out those sounds and letters. The last thing we're going to look at is blowing these words up big and put them on the wall. So go out to Walmart and get a 14 by 18, a larger size pad, and they can trace on the wall. This is part of a drill called Fight for the Word that comes with my course. You can find a link to my course below. I want you to pay attention to the tracing aspect of this drill.
Fight for the word. What is this?
Ant.
What is it?
Ant.
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 Okay, hit ant.
Ant, ant, ant.
What do we have now?
Hydrant.
Nope, not yet.
Grant, grant, grant.
Okay, good.
Hydrant.
There you go, like fire hydrant. All right, touch.
Hydrant, hydrant, hydrant.
Okay, now I want you to take the gloves off and I want you to trace each letter.
I, D, R, A, N.
By taking difficult words, putting them on a large piece of paper, and allowing your child to interact with them on the wall, you will make these letters make the sounds they're supposed to make, because they can now trace on a large scale. Their brain can see, okay, this H is different from this N. This D is different from this B, which is different from this P, because I'm tracing this way, right? As opposed to everything is worked out. And it's amazing how this tracing on a large scale can help. You can find a link to my course below, and there's so much more information on that course. But just remember, you can't do the same things you always done. Just shouting or yelling and getting frustrated doesn't help, because they don't learn the way you learn. They don't learn visually. They can't just simply look at a word and memorize what it's supposed to be. Tracing and tapping syllables will help. If your child is struggling to pass spelling tests, and I know they are, please check out this video. Please subscribe. I've got a lot more coming out. And remember, children that learn differently must be taught differently.